DJ Flex, and I think about what G means to me. Well, I remember the first time I saw Backyard, he was a little young dude, you know what I'm saying? But he was tall, but the band cranked so hard, and they started it was a new band, and we hadn't heard that sound before, and it was amazing. And at that time, I wasn't even doing radio, but then let's fast forward a few years, and now I'm doing the night show at WPGC, running Go-Go 95, and who come up there? Backyard Band. Who's there? G.
We taking Go-Go on something else. You know what I'm saying? We taking Go-Go where Go-Go has never gone before. Something that Go-Go should have did years ago. But see, we feel real good about ourselves right now. We think we can go far. We about to do a lot of things in the city, you know what I'm saying? It's the Backyard World Tour 96. We're gonna take it to Atlanta, New York, you know what I'm saying, Norfolk, Baltimore, Delaware, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna tour the whole East Coast.
My name is Ronald Moulton, and I just want you all to know that it's been a pleasure to meet a great guy by the name of Anwan Big G Glover and watch his transformation. You all know that I worked with the Peaceaholics, was the co-founder, and I knew him over 25 years ago when I started doing the work with Ceasefire Don't Smoke, the brothers and sisters.
I've had the pleasure of knowing Big G for about 25 years, man. First met G at the Ibex. The Backyard used to play at the Ibex on Tuesday nights back in the day. So this probably was like, I don't know, 95, something like that, 96. I would say he's family. The reason I say he's family is because we've been knowing each other ever since, you know, I was 15 years old. We come up in the band, go-go circuit, you know what I mean, and playing in different bands. And I was able to see a man evolve from being a young teen, you know, doing misdemeanors and crimes and things of that nature, and hanging out in the street and having such a negative image, to growing, to elevating when it comes to a man and coming into his own and using his likeness and his presence to influence a lot of young people to do the same.
The older guys, they just coach me to go back out, you know, and bang, you know, just to do the wrong thing again. Ain't no older dude tell me, man, shorty, look, you got hype on you, you got a popular band out there, man, go ahead out there and do the right thing. They like, man, look, you gotta be, man, you gotta watch yourself, man. You gotta make sure you got that hammer on you at all times. This is what older guys preach to our youngers. And what's going on right now in the hood, up where I live at, is terrible right now. You got young 13-year-olds riding around with AK-47s, doing what they do, because they don't have no guidance. So I'm gonna put it on us in here. When they come through here, man, grab them youngers up. Man, say, look, shorty, it's not the way. Don't do that.
You know, his story is one of resilience. But every time, whatever he go through, he bounced back. And he'd be back in the go-go. And for us, you know, I always think about when, like, one of my friends, you know, one of our friends died, get killed. You know what I mean? One thing was the funeral, but the other thing was going to the go-go and celebrate with Backyard, like celebrate the life of your loved one.
So man, it's an everyday struggle, but like I say, man, if you can't save 20, you can save 2. And each time we save 2, we doing something, because them 2 are going on to work, getting their little college thing going on.
He worked with me at the Peaceaholics, where we got young people together and we squashed beefs. And one of the most profound things that he did was this beef with Chopper City and Woodland. And he squashed the beef. Everybody know about the go-go, but they don't know that G squashed beefs in the go-go. And one in particular was with Chopper City and Woodland, that at the Market Lounge, we squashed the beef on the stage with Big G. Right?
That's how I know some real stuff going on right now. A lot of people don't tell y'all what's going on in the city, but the Peaceaholics. So we gonna nip this in the bud right now. Okay? This is what I'm saying. This Chopper City right here, right? And this Lynch Mob. Okay? It ain't nothing cute about this situation, what's going on, man. Y'all need to stop trying to hurt each other, man. And we need to resolve this right here. And we need to say it's a wrap because they trying to lock y'all ass up. Can we let this beef shit go? Can we stop it?
Can we stop the beef now? Yeah!
Can we stop it? Can y'all shake each other hand? It's all good. Can you shake his hand? And we serious about this, right? I want y'all to look at each other as men and say, man, it's a wrap. And a piece of artists, only piece of artists can bring that to y'all right here, man. It's love. We ain't got no beef in the city, man. We need to hug each other and love each other, man. Man, that's real men right there.
You talking about a guy who was shot 13 times on a stage while performing. You talking about a guy who lost his brother, who he loved so much, to gun violence. You talking about a guy who lost his sister at an early age, right? And he made that transformation from being a gangster to being a gangster in business the legal way.
Once I turned into an activist in the community, my whole world changed.
And we went from, fighting in the go-go's to doing peace rallies for, for Trayvon Martin. So it's just like, when you think about the evolution of Big G Anwar Glover, you say, man, he deserves more than a shoe. He deserves the key to the city because he's done a lot for the city. You know what I mean? And the sound of go-go, he made Uptown famous.
We always knew that how he repped Northwest, Uptown. We know that he's all about repping 14th and 14th and Clifton. I mean, that was crazy. He put Northwest on his back.
When he just hit that stage and his voice started to resonate and he started to call out his Uptown, you've seen an ocean of people, not a crew, because I don't know if you gotta do your research. You gotta go on YouTube and you gotta go on Google and Google like Backyard Georgia Avenue Day. And when he would call Uptown crews, how it would resonate and it would bring thousands of people to life. So and they would crash the stage and they would just hands in the air. He's calling crews like he could have told them to go walk on water. They probably would have tried. One of the things that we talk about go-go being a part of our culture here in DC, but a lot of people that's not from here don't really understand like why we enjoy the go-go so much. It's not just about the music, as much as it is about the feeling, and particularly guys coming up in the era that we came up in, DC being the murder capital, being the crack capital, and all those things. It was young people filled with trauma and hurt. And then you would go to the go-go and you grew up feeling invisible. And when you went to the go-go and you were acknowledged, right? You and your crew. That acknowledgement meant the world. That acknowledgement meant that you meant something.
I met Big G, man, years ago, man. Years ago, we was at a show that we had actually played with them in DC. I can't remember the venue, but I remember him walking to me telling me, man, yeah, y'all the future. Y'all have talent, y'all the future. And that meant a lot to me being from the city, and him being who he is in the city, man. That meant a lot to me.
What go-go need to do is pull together a little bit more and be like hip-hop artists, you know what I'm saying? Because hip hip-hop artists look out for each other. That's why their game is so tight and successful. You know what I'm saying? You got bands that be breaking so hard in this industry, but they don't want to put them on no shows like Optimistic Tribe. My boy E, you know what I'm saying? They rock. And they don't try to put them on no shows, but that's how Backyard was back in the days. We used to rock, and they ain't try to never put us on no shows, but as time goes on, like I always tell you, he gonna shine one day, and he ain't gonna know that he's shining. You know what I'm saying? All I want him to do is keep doing what he's doing, no matter what nobody say about him or what.
Now you know that even us being from where we from, man, it's possible to exceed past our area. You know, like that's a come up. It's like it's a big deal for us, like, because having somebody that we call out on, like, yeah, we got the Kevin Durant's and situations, but this is somebody that's here with us every day. So this is somebody that we call out on that's paving the way. He done got his own shoe, man, own shoe. So that's real big for our city, man. It don't get no bigger than that does. Man. The next step is taking over the mainstream. That's as far as we go.
He's a leader, and he keeps elevating himself. He's in movies. He's making music. He's helping the people. He's mobilizing people to vote. He's doing everything that a leader should do in their community. And he's an example to people in our community that you might start at the bottom, right? But you can go to the top and get as far as where you have your own tennis shoe, and not no raggedy tennis shoe, a shoe that represents our city.
Seeing him on the wire, seeing him with Tremaine, seeing him on the Deuce, you know, all these things, man. This thing is unprecedented. Nobody that we knew ever did any of those things. And I think the long-term effects is that it's kids all over this city that can dream, you know what I'm saying? And then you talk about, you know, him having a shoe. I mean, you know, athlete, you know, and some people, this is not a, you know what I'm saying? Like, this somebody we know got a shoe, and this is second shoe, right?
And I said, man, Slim, you a star. You a star, and you got the most incredible voice ever. You need to do some radio. And he did. And I taught G everything I could so he could be successful in radio. Radio worked out for him. The Wire worked out for him. Acting worked out for him. The dude is a genuine superstar, and he's right here in our city. And he's still rep to this day. G is my man, and I'm a fan. And that's what G means to me.
God, I got really a shoe coming out again. Like, the first time was just like a dream. Now this is my second, this is like the second baby. And what this shoe means to the city for just me being a Washingtonian. They look for like people that's like basketball, football players, baseball, that have their own shoe. But I'm a kid that grew up in uptown Washington that fell in love with go-go music when I first heard it. And to have a Patrick Ewing again, and just for my city just showing me so much love, like, hey, man, we saw it on Instagram, man, we love the colors, man, we gonna go out and get the shoe, we gonna support you. So it's just hard work and determination, man, to get somewhere and really keep fighting for your dreams and pushing. So it's like non-stop. I'm right here with Vernon Williams, my acting coach. You know, I'm right here with him today because I just got a gig. Y'all stay tuned on that. You know, I'm getting ready to fly out to Chicago and get busy. But I get here early in the morning and study with him. He keep me on my toes. And we was talking about the sneaker and the design of it and how icy it look. You know what I'm saying? But this bottom and the G and all of that, all the way down to the soul of it, you know what I'm saying? It's just dope, man. Who would think? You know, who would think the kid would have his own shoe, man? Like, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy.